Blank Space is a film about how women immediately deal with miscarriage and the struggles that they go through when communicating with their friends and family.
Our protagonist, Isabel, is pushing 40, she's happily married, and she's pregnant for the first time. Isabel and her husband are the kind of people who don't seem to have any problems.
The film is an insight into the female perspective of dealing with loss, guilt, and depression, and it explains the reactions that some might have that might otherwise go unexplained.
We open the film Saturday morning, when Isabel wakes up and notices blood on her sheets. We then follow Isabel throughout the rest of the day, as she struggles to come to terms with the miscarriage herself and fears having to tell her husband. Isabel has 2 encounters throughout her day. She meets her mother for lunch and bumps into her neighbor and close friend outside her house towards the end of the film. In both cases, Isabel can't bring herself to tell them what's happened.
Without the correct understanding of the seriousness of a woman's reaction, relationships can be put under strain. This film conveys those emotions to an audience in a way that they understand and can relate to.
A relatively wide range of influence is going to help us create our own and unique style in this film. A visual style that would best tell the story. Our main goal is to visually emphasize on the feelings of isolation and claustrophobia that our protagonist is going through. We tend to achieve this with the use of long takes, fluid and action-driven camera movements, as well as the use of large and quite empty spaces in order to show the isolation of our protagonist to the rest of the world.
Isabel's shock over her loss distorts her perception of time, and like the camera movements, I want to reflect this through the editing rhythm. I will do so by using jump cuts as well as changing the pace towards the end of the film.
As a sound designer, I will fuse music and sound effects for a unique soundscape that will carry the audience through an emotional journey alongside the characters.
I plan to create visual metaphors that tell the story and affect the audience powerfully but also subconsciously. I plan to incorporate this into Blank Space through the usage of perfectly arranged props, spaces, and colors that represent accurate things.
When it comes to making this film a reality, we need sponsorships to fund practicalities such as paying for our actors, feeding our crew, and paying for locations and dressing those locations with props to bring the story to life. If you're interested in donating, please consider our list of perks, which include everything from signed copies of the script to co-executive producer credits. Help us to create this film to help support women like Isabel who need to understand that miscarriage is nothing to be ashamed of. It's a natural part of life. Thank you for watching.